Oh, we're rolling? Cool. I'm just over here admiring furniture that I know how to say now.
Yeah, what is that?
A credenza.
Look at that. That only took 1 year and a few months.
But we got it.
You got it. Yeah, I taught you that in early 2020.
You know what sucks is that I was at a friend's house and they have I think it's like a 10-year-old, 11-year-old kid. And he was asking his mom, like, hey, where's something he needed? And she goes, oh, it's over there. And he goes, oh, is it in the credenza? I'm like, this son of a bitch.
Shit.
How do you know that? And you're like 10 and I'm still over here as a grown man trying to learn words and you know that word. That's not fair.
I know why, because you didn't learn English at that age, right? You weren't learning English words of that sort, right? Because that's how my kid's going to be. I mean, I'm going to be teaching my kid vocabulary from a really young age, but why would you ever, as a 10-year-old Mexican child, learn credenza?
Even as a
Do you know it in Spanish?
No.
Of course, there's Spanish credenza, but again, that's probably a word that you just wouldn't know.
I would never use that. We probably never even had one. Like we didn't even have a credenza. I still don't understand what it is. It just looks like a
Well, it could be, you could also call it, and correct me if I'm wrong, fabulous Fitish listeners, like a buffet.
A buffet.
Yeah, so a credenza is like basically something you would put in your dining room, and it has storage for dishes or whatever underneath, and it's like waist high, so then you can decorate on top of it as well, like put a mirror or in here I have a television, so it's like a buffet.
Are you a fan of buffets, by the way? Not the furniture,
like the old country style?
Yeah, like going to the restaurants. Like I used to go to a place called Hometown Buffet. It was like $20 all you can eat. We would park our asses around 3 o'clock and roughly leave around 8 o'clock at night. We got 2 meals in.
I like the idea of it. I've been to Luby's is more of a cafeteria. My mom loves Luby's. So anytime she sees a Luby's, she keeps telling me for like the last decade, Candy's losing herself, that they've gone out of business. And then she'll see one and be like, I saw a Luby's today. And I was like, I think that means they're not out of business, but that's a cafeteria. And I do like that style. The buffet style, if I can be totally honest, without being annoying, like it kind of grosses me out, only because when you go in there, I'm not a food value person because I don't eat enough to warrant it. It's like all inclusive hotels are kind of lost on me. Like I'd rather go eat different places and drink different places because I don't eat and drink enough to like take the hotel for the value, and same with a buffet. I mean, I get like, I never go like back up to the buffet. So it's kind of useless to spend all that money. And then people in there, it blows my mind. I remember going in as an adult. People are like playing board games.
Yeah, you gotta.
Like they set up to marathon eat for the day, which I find to be kind of gross.
My mom and dad would make sure that if the buffet was like $20, we would keep tabs on how much food we ate until we got to at least $20 worth of food, or at least what we believe to be $20, so that we get our money right, and then we could leave afterwards.
That's true. Maybe I'll change my mind having a boy. If he eats a lot, I'll take him to. I mean, I've been to pizza buffets and stuff like that. I just don't eat enough to warrant it.
Now, you do have to watch out for those grossies that are there, because I have seen kids that will go in there with the freaking fingers in their mouth, and then they'll grab a rib with their fingers, and they're like, you know what? This rib's not that good. Let me let go of this one.
Imagine in these times, that COVID buffet is not the hot spot I want to be at.
I'm like, I don't know how many people's germs I was ingesting because of buffets. We also went to this Chinese buffet.
I used to go to those.
The Chinese buffet was so...
We had that in college. It was pretty good.
That's where I learned how to eat Chinese food. That's where I learned all about orange chicken.
It's better when they like brought out the new shit though, the fresh shit, not the last things, not the last egg roll sitting in there, but when they like re-upped on the fried rice.
You could see all the people sitting at the table waiting for that to happen, because they're sitting there with their plates, and as soon as you saw the dude come out with it, they'd all get up and a line would form for the new stuff.
I haven't, this reminds me, and this isn't a buffet, but have you ever been up to what are those? I'm sorry, I'm having like some really bad cramping right now, and I don't know if it's like gas or if it's a baby. Yeah. I'm like it's hard for me to keep talking because I'm feeling this weird, like, I don't know. I don't think that's the baby.
Do I look at it? Do I look at the baby? Like, I don't know what it is, Jenna. I've never been
you can
pregnant.
look at the baby. I don't think you're going to see anything.
It's not moving yet.
What's I can't remember. It's not a dim sum. What is the restaurant where you cook your own meat?
Korean barbecue?
Yeah, sure. But isn't there another
Hibachi?
word for it? No, not like a Benihana, but yeah, Korean barbecue. So this Fran's going to kill me for telling the story. I almost like broke up with him based on what happened at a Korean barbecue joint, because this was, again, one of our very first dates. I got him so stoned unintentionally. Like I thought he was cool because he's that guy. He can drink anyone under the table with tequila. He has one hit of weed. He's a goner. And this was when I was like smoking a lot. And so it was like a Saturday and we were having like a nice day date, you know, and we were like, let's get kind of stoned and go to the Korean barbecue. So, and I had never been to Korean barbecue. He's like, it's great, but the good one's like up in Richardson or wherever, you know, we live in Dallas.
You got to go into like where the Asian town is. Like
Sure.
As soon as you walk in and you see nothing but just Asian writing,
if it
that's
was
how
Richardson, but wherever it was legit. You know, like even the Ivy that does my nails was like, this is where you have to go. And she's amazing. Well, she's Vietnamese, but she's amazing. She knows all the hot spots, right? And so, yeah, when I don't recognize any of the signs in the shopping center, right?
That's how you know.
So we roll up. So we get in the car, first of all. We get in the car. He's driving. We don't make it to the entrance of the toll road before he goes, I have to go home. I go, I'm sorry, what? I mean, I'm joking. We're not like stoners like I was in college. Like we had like a puff of weed, you know.
Just like a...
Yeah. He's like, he goes, mm-mm. And I looked at him like, oh no. I suddenly became like very unattracted to him. I was like, oh, he can't handle it. I was like, do you need me to drive? Because I, for some reason, like wasn't even sort of high. I was like, do you need me to drive? And he's like, I could tell he was real embarrassed, you know, like the machismo was like out the window. And he was like, so I drove the whole way there being like, oh, this one's over after this Korean barbecue. I don't know why it made me like, oh, he can't hang, you know. I probably shouldn't even be telling this story, but it was so funny. And we get up there and then he cooks all my meat for me, which was amazing, you know, but he didn't eat anything, which was the opposite of me because I ate like everything, but it was an enjoyable date experience. Just don't get too high before you go. Yeah.
Have I told you about Kenzie's Korean barbecue experience?
No.
So I've gone one time. I grew up around a lot of Asian people.
I wouldn't imagine she would like that.
Right. So I grew up around a lot of mostly Filipino kids, but we did have a couple Korean kids that was in the group. And I tried Korean barbecue one time and I freaking loved it. It was awesome, but it wasn't something that I went and did a lot. And so a few months ago, Kenzie was like, hey, I really want to try Korean barbecue. Now, here's the thing about Kenzie. She doesn't want to work for her food when she goes to a restaurant. She wants to be served. Like she's not a big fan of like.
I'm with her on
cooking.
that. Oh no, Fran cooked mine. I get it. I don't enjoy it either.
Yeah, and there's like and it's different because it's kind of you share it. It's not like you get all the meat and then it has to be cooked. And so when she said that, I was like, "Are you sure?" And she said, "Yeah, let's go try it." And I said, "You're totally you want to go to Korean barbecue?" I'm double asking. She said, "Yes." So we showed up with the kids. And we walk in there and she sees the tables right away. And she goes, why are there grills on the tables? And I said, because it's Korean freaking barbecue.
Like, has she ever been to a melting pot? I mean, there you don't really have to cook. They just...
Is that like fondue?
Yes.
Yeah, she's done that.
She can dip.
She can dip, but she doesn't want to cook or fry.
I'm so with her on this, by the way. It's so true. Like, you have to work so hard for each. It's like the Hot Rocks kind of my limit, you know, at the sushi restaurant. Like,
it gets fucking worse because... Here's the thing with Korean barbecue. They got to set you up. They got to bring all the garnish, the fixins, the sauces. And it's not like they're in bottles. They put them in like these little bowls. Yeah. And there's the seasonings and all that. It's
overwhelming.
It's a lot of work for these waiters and waitresses. You know, they're working their asses off to get you all set up for your Korean barbecue experience. So we sit down and my guy lays it all out for us right next to the little grill area. And Kenzie starts looking at the menu and she goes, this is not what I expected. And I said, well, what do you want to do? And she said, I want to go. And I said, we cannot fucking go. He did the garnishing and the things. It's all set.
You can go. Just
no, you can't go. It's hard work.
What are you talking about? You say, my wife's not feeling well. You throw a 20 on the table and you leave.
So what I told her is like, listen, we got to at least order a drink so that I can tip this man an absorbent amount of money that, you know, because I feel bad. So we ordered our drink. He brings it. She got a Coke. I got a rum and Coke. And I finally got the boss to tell him. I said, listen, this is not what my wife expected. By the way, she went to the bathroom while this happened. She didn't want to be there for that.
She's sick, yeah.
So she went to and she was coming back as I was finishing. And he glared at us.
Yeah.
He goes, are you sure? I was like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. He goes, and we already touched, like the kids touched everything. So it was wasted. and he had to literally pick everything up and clean it back up on his little tray, put it right back.
Yeah.
I felt like just awful. And on the way out, I bumped into something and spilled water on top of that. So they had to clean up water it was the worst. I have not been back to Korean barbecue since because Kenzie ruined it for me.
But on that note, it's a good date night if you're both into it.
That's
a mistake for you and Kenzie because I always check a menu before I go somewhere.
I said, "Are you?" I said, "Are you sure?" 3 times. Like how many? Like if I say 3 times, are you sure?
I mean, I check it if I worry I won't like it. I mean, I can be more adventurous usually, but being pregnant, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I can't tell you how many times I've ordered food to the house and I have one bite and I'm like, nope. I mean, Uber Eats, I can't imagine how much money I've spent on Uber Eats. Yeah, like I ordered, and I'm getting better now. I'm eating more stuff, but I'm halfway there now, you know, but yeah, like pho, you know, when I was kind of wanting bland stuff, I'm like, well, pho is good.
Pho is so good.
Like, it's broth and noodles, or I'll order Monkey King, you know, because it's like chicken noodle soup, basically. I don't know if you've had that place before. And it's just, you know, in a nice bowl, and it's like a nice chicken noodle soup. I'm like, this is good. I'll have the broth, I'll have some noodles. But anyway, I mean, so I would order it. I had like one bite of that pho, and I went, nope, and just threw it away. And then I'm like, I guess I'll have like a grilled cheese, you know. I have had a really hard time. I mean, look at where I went this morning. This is not an endorsement. I got McDonald's breakfast. By the way, McDonald's, I know I've talked about McDonald's frequently lately, and I think most of y'all are like, okay, Jenna, it's because I never go to McDonald's. I mean, I hadn't had a burger and fries or anything like that from McDonald's other than Fran. That's like Fran's little cheat thing sometimes when he's hungry. He's like, I'm gonna go get a little burger. I'm like, you mean their burger? You know, like he's like, I'm gonna get a little. It's just a little. It's a little burger.
Yeah, they have the little one on the value menu. I get the chicken nuggets.
The chicken nuggets, but I mean, I'm having McDonald's like once a week, and I swear to you, it's like the best meal I've ever had in my life. That's how good. Like this little boy, all he wants is McDonald's. So I drove through this morning for breakfast because I'm like, yes, it's 8:30. I'm on my way to work. I'm hungry. What's better right now than like a sausage, egg McMuffin, a hash brown, and orange juice, and a coffee? I haven't had that in so long. It was lit. I mean, they have 2 lanes that are full at 8:30 on a Tuesday morning. Like, what's happening?
Is there anything better than a warm fry from there, by the way? No. And here's the thing.
I know have good fries. Their Coke, their soda is the best soda I've ever had in my life.
All these people are so worried
I wish they paid us.
All these people are so worried about getting the vaccine and that there's a chip being implanted in our bodies. Let me tell you something about
we eat.
I think McDonald's has something in their food for pregnant people. Because every freaking woman I've ever known that's been pregnant, my wife, Jenna, my mom, other chicks,
my mom said the same thing.
All about the McDonald's.
You know, it must be good when I had a girlfriend some years ago that told me this story about how she found a McDonald's burger kind of like half open, you know, in a wrapper under her passenger seat. She says she remembers the last time she drove through McDonald's with a friend one night, and it was like 3-4 months prior.
Yeah.
The burger looked in pristine shape other than being as hard as a rock. No mold, no nothing. And if that doesn't say like how disgusting all those preservatives are, it's just amazing that I still go eat them once a week. Like that's how gross I am being pregnant. Like that story doesn't even faze me.
Can I admit to something?
Is it going to gross me out?
Probably. It probably will.
We just went from like a full endorsement to questioning McDonald's.
Let's go back to high school, Jose. So picture the smells and what you would believe my room looked like when I was a teenager.
Sure.
Right?
I don't want to have a boy.
Just gross things all over the place. I didn't like cleaning my room up. I do remember finding some McDonald's under my bed that had been there for God knows how long. And it still looked like it was edible. And you best believe your boy ate that shit.
Yeah. How was it?
Not good.
Yeah.
It was cold. So I went down and I microwaved it. And after I microwaved it, it was okay.
Yeah, McDonald's is definitely better. Like, I mean, I'm talking like you drive through and you dig into that bag right away. Yeah. That's when it's at its best.
Didn't get sick, by the way. I don't know how, but I don't know what was going on in my 15-year-old head or 14-year-old head where I tried it and I ate it.
I don't know what I'm going to do with a boy. I ordered my first thing for the nursery, by the way.
What'd you get?
I got, I've been working on getting some cool prints framed, like some music, like band stuff. Like that's kind of an element of a theme I want to go with, I think, you know? And I I don't know if you've seen around the office. I have so much stuff framed around here. I'm still working on this gallery wall over here, but every single thing, I mean, I probably have 30 things here framed at the office, all white matte.
Is it because you're
black frame, white frame?
Your Framebridge is a #1 freaking fan?
I'd actually like them to let me know if I'm up there, because I've ordered so much from Framebridge. I've actually been using Framebridge since before they became a sponsor of the Fitish podcast, which is amazing. I know I've talked to you about it. I'm like, Framebridge makes this so easy, and let me tell you why. I mean, I used to do things the traditional way. You go like take a blown up photo to like a Michael's or something, you know, and then you like spend a lot of money to get something framed, or you go to these framing stores, you know, that exist in your neighborhood, and like you'll be shocked at how expensive they are. Framebridge is better in every way. It's more affordable. It's more convenient. You get on your computer, you open it up. I mean, you can mail in memorabilia if that's something you want to get framed. But for me, you know, I'm really using just more high res photos or iPhone photos that I want to get framed. So it's literally as simple as like clicking a button from your phone. You can upload this photo. It'll show you the maximum dimensions that it will allow you to frame it. So many great frame choices, especially more my aesthetic, my style. Like you can see in my office, I frame almost everything with a white mat and then like a black frame, which is very gallery style to do it. They have recommendations. They make it easy if you want to make a gallery wall, and they send you a template on how to hang stuff.
Or if you got a man room, or your man's got a man room going on, they will get your jerseys all framed up for you looking right. Because I looked into trying it myself and then decided that's not where my expertise lies.
And let me tell you what I did. I had a photo of my mom and I that I had professionally taken months before Christmas last year. I knew what I was going to do with it. We were doing a photo shoot up here, and it's so kind of like cheesy and cute in turtlenecks. I got it blown up so big, like over 40 inches, I think. And especially then with a frame on top of it, wrapped it up, you know, got it on Framebridge, gave it to her for Christmas. She cried tears of joy. The holidays are coming up. This is such a great gift giving opportunity when you don't know what to get for someone, because a customized photo like this, or something really personalized, you know, something from your relationship, it's just so great. Go to framebridge.com right now. Use the promo code Fitish. You're going to get an additional 15% off your first order when you go to framebridge.com. That's frame, FRAMEBRIDGE.com. And the promo code to use is Fitish. So you're going to get 15% off that order. Again, framebridge.com, the promo code Fitish.
Yeah, their prices start at just $39, so it's pretty affordable, and they do a great job.
Oh my gosh,
so
it
great.
is.
So great.
I'll never use anything else.
Oh, yeah?
I'd get Fran's diploma, but he didn't get one, so.
Wow. You can fake one.
Did you hear the podcast last week? Have you gotten to listen to it yet? That Fran and I did?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I didn't realize our producer and I, we were laughing so hard. So I knew that Fran had been married before, because that came up at some juncture.
That's been coming up a lot on the podcast, by the way.
I knew that he had been married before. Yeah. However, when we went to do I put him through, and y'all are amazing, by the way, everyone that listens, because y'all are still emailing me your experience of immigration, you know, getting citizenship through marriage and the process. And they make it almost impossible. It's almost like, why do you even want to marry an American? They make it so difficult for people to get citizenship. But I learned, it's a great time to be learning things about my baby daddy, that I knew he got citizenships many years ago, but I didn't know that the whole process started by marriage. And I used to tease him about it.
Oh, that's how he got it.
He wasn't married for very long, but that's how his process for him started, which is great that it didn't fail when the marriage failed, that he was allowed to like continue with his application. But yeah, it's just funny that I didn't know that that's how it started. I thought he was already, I guess, a citizen or had already started applying, but yeah, that's what he did. That's what he was. So he had already done this whole relationship, and tests and stuff I didn't even know. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Well, at least you're finding this out before you guys get married and everything. So everything's good.
What else am I going to find out about?
You're going to find out so many more things.
I've been having crazy vivid dreams, and I think that's normal when you're pregnant. Like I had a dream that I just like had like a labor dream, which I did not like that dream. I didn't like it. Yeah. Like I felt pain. I was standing up and I was trying to get to the hospital, because I told Fran, I was like, I want to like book a cesarean. That's my birth method preference. Like, I don't want to be surprised. And
nothing wrong with that.
I don't know. I don't think so either. He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, but we need to take classes just in case, you know, I'm going to plan that, just as some women want to do these home water births and then they end up having to get cesareans. But we need to know what to do in case I were to go into labor in a moment. And my dream was like, I like reached down and I felt that baby's head. And I was like, it's too late for anything. I'm going to have to push the baby out standing up. It was horrifying.
Have you seen the lady that gave birth just standing up, like in a parking lot?
Yeah, or that's happened in the hospital waiting room before when they've gotten in.
Women, you guys are just how do you do what you do? Because she was just standing there, grabbed the baby, pulled back, held it, just like, whoa.
Yeah, just like out.
Just like slipped out.
I don't think it's gonna be that easy for me.
And then
he's not just gonna like plop out there.
And then my kids made it seem like Kenzie would not have survived back in the 1800s because their heads were not coming out of that. They were stuck.
And then the shoulders.
Yeah, the shoulders. We had 10-pound babies, both of them. And
she had a cesarean both times?
Both times. So with Kaysen, we planned it. And so we went in. She wanted to try natural birth. The doctor quickly said, yeah, it's not looking like this dude's got a big ass head.
Because he was big.
He was big head.
So she went in to be induced to try and have vaginal.
But she wasn't dilating. So it's the dilating that needs to take place for the baby to come out. And so she wasn't dilating at the rate they needed to. And then the water had popped. So they pulled him out cesarean. With Chloe, she figured, okay, this is my little girl. This is going to be a little dainty princess coming out. She was bigger than Kaysen. So we went, she actually went into labor. Remember? Like we were at work. She went into labor on Labor Day. And we went into the hospital like a regular pregnancy. Like this was like, oh shit, get the bags. Yeah. I forgot this. Oh crap. She's screaming.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't want to have to do that.
It was stressful. She's like, I think I'm having it. I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? You want to do it right here? She's like, no, go. Like, I'm running around grabbing the bags. I'm like, I don't know. What do I grab? A suit? I'm like, Kaysen's in there. Where do I take? It was a whole thing. Get to the hospital and she was dilating more than she did with Kaysen.
Yeah.
But not enough for Chloe's head to pop through. So they had to do a cesarean with Kenzie. But it was cool because she didn't like her scar with Kaysen.
Yeah.
The first scar she got. So she had it in her head while she's laying there after Chloe comes out. She goes, hey, can you guys fix that scar? I said, what? So they chopped that scar
whatever drugs off. You're on when you get that cesarean must be amazing. Because I watch women.
Jenna looked like a worm. Like a scar worm.
But I just mean, she must be so numbed and feeling great to go through all that. You know, that you're like, because you see women do this. And I know they have that, they have that little sheet up. So you know someone's getting cesarean when they have that up. But knowing what they're doing, like moving around, taking out your internal organs and, moving things around. But like happening. To just lay there like that, because it is so scary when you think about it. But so many women are like, I hardly felt a thing.
So my best friend, Frank, he ended up marrying the hottest chick from school. Mm-hmm. That was a big deal because
I remember this.
Frank was like 4'11" in high school. And this is Laurel was like the prettiest.
But Frank's super good looking. He's not 4'11".
He was in high school. He blossomed late. So he was like 4'11" freshman year. He was
that's a legal dwarf, right?
Yeah. So he was like 4'11" freshman year. He was like the little tiny annoying guy. And then
he's cute and has a good personality.
Great personality. He was like a child actor looking kid. And then he got to like 5'2" sophomore and junior year, and then he sprouted up to a freaking 5'6" piece of man. And then he grew a little bit in college. I think he's like 5'7", 5'8" now. So he got to
I don't know. When we met, we were eye level, and I'm 5'5".
So he's 5'6".
Yeah.
So, but he ended up starting to date like the prettiest girl from high school, which was when we found this out, we thought this fool is lying to us. Like he ain't dating Laurel. No, he married her.
I love seeing what people are, from high school are doing now. It's so great.
Oh, he's doing great. But they have 3 kids, and she gave birth in a tub at home. And that to me, I was like, that was scary to me because what if you gotta cut it up? What? It
is amazing that it's become this natural. And look, I preach a lot about women telling me how to feel and what to do, how much I hate it. I mean, I still get hate comments for, suck it up, be happier about being pregnant. I'm like, I am happy. But so I'm never going to be one to tell women, you should have birth this way. Cause I mean, I think a lot of women preach their birth plan and I'm like, no, isn't the whole goal like we bring a healthy baby in? And it's so true that I think women glamorize this natural childbirth at home when you're right. Like what you said, back before, contemporary medicine, I think over 50% of women died during childbirth. Like it's some very high number and the baby died, and I have many friends who they have said, if I was not in the hospital when I had that baby, I would have bled out. I would have died, And
I don't know if this is just cause it's this kid and wife, but like Frank, my boy got all in the tub and everything. I'm like, dude, there's placenta in there, bro.
Like, that's your concern, the gross tub.
There's things floating and stuff. Yeah, but I guess when you're in the moment, when you're in the moment, I guess it just doesn't matter. You just want to get in there and hug your whole family.
I don't know why I am so, and I think Fran, he's smart enough to know this isn't one of those scenarios to tell me how to have a baby. You know what I mean?
No, it's you, yeah.
My vag, my choice, but he's like, at first when I said to the doctor, I was like, I want to book it. Like, I don't know. It just came out. Like I had never really considered it. Like, I don't know why. And I like to think I'm a pretty like sometimes kind of earthy person. I have no desire to have this baby at a birthing center, at home, in a bathtub. Like, I want to be in the hospital with all necessary meds. Like, and that props to women that are like, I'm going to go, no pain meds. Like, I want any excuse to get a little like pop of pain medicine.
Yeah. Like, look,
like, why not?
Do what's going to make it comfortable for you.
Yeah, like an enjoyable experience. So I'm not scared that I actually am like, wow. Like, that's what my mom said. She was like, she had to have a cesarean as well. She was like, couldn't fit me out of there. I guess they told her very early on she couldn't do it. I'm like waiting on that. I'm like hopeful. The guy was like, oh, by the way, you're not going to be able to have vaginal childbirth.
But if you can do it at home in a tub or with the spa music going and that's your thing, do it. Yeah. If you want to get a cesarean, go get that cesarean.
I think I'd be too stressed about dying.
Right. Yeah. If that's stressing you out, then don't do it. That's not for you. Right. But, and also everybody takes the proper precautions when you do the at-home birth. It's like we don't know what they're doing, what they're studying, who's there with them, who's the nurse, or if
we got into like a full. I know I told you about the circumcision conversation Fran and I have been having. Like, he was trying to stand on his pedestal for a while and be like, he's not going to be circumcised. I'm like, he is going to be circumcised because like
it's prettier.
That's what I want. Yes. Yeah, that's what I want. And for him and his life, and it's cleaner, and I don't want to have to like. I don't even know how to tell a small child how to clean like a penis. Like, I don't know. And I'm sure you just leave that up to the guy. But we had this conversation with my dad and stepmom the other night. And it was so funny that my little sister, my 16-year-old little brother, I mean, they're not that little. The sisters, they're 14 and 16. So they're not that young. But they all know what like circumcised and uncircumcised. So we got in this whole conversation about, how like all Jewish, like as part of the religion, they're definitely circumcised. And then how like there's other cultures in Europe that aren't. Yep. It was such a funny conversation, but everyone just made Fran feel like such shit. Aww. Everyone was just like, no. No, Dylan's like, do you want him to be ridiculed in the showers? And Fran's like, it's natural, it's fine. And then my dad was like, that's disgusting. It was so funny that Fran just had to like leave with his tail between his legs.
With his uncircumcised penis between his legs. Oh, yo.
I was like, Fran, I love you, but like, why? And I was like, give me reasons why. Make a presentation. Present to me, because I'm science-based. Present to me all the reasons why, it's coming back in style.
It's not a style thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing that I found out, because I'm not. My mom, she got me snipped. But
I thought you were going to say you're not. I was like,
my mom got me snipped,
got you snipped,
but my cousin wasn't. And this dude used to pull out.
Are more Mexicans not?
See, like my cousin wasn't that I grew up with. So I haven't seen very many Mexican penises aside from mine and my cousins when we were little. But when I visited my father and we went to his club, we went in the showers. And this was my first experience in Mexico with Mexican people in the shower. And
your bio dad or your...
My bio dad.
And he's not?
I looked around and most guys were cut, but my cousin used to pull out ween cheese.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can't believe you just said that. That is so fucking gross.
Take that into consideration, Fran.
I'm sorry for everyone listening.
I'm sorry. Well, this kid, my cousin was gross, bro. And he used to do this.
I don't want to hear more about that.
So there's one reason to not.
But that's what I mean. It's like cleaning, right? It's just
it's just because he was gross. Like he was not clean.
No, but I mean, it is cleaner to have it.
My uncle used to tell me, clean it until you shoot.
We're just going to leave it on that.
And I didn't know what that meant until I was about 13. And that's what he meant.
Another reason.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel sadness about having a boy right now.
Clean it until you shoot. And I didn't know what he meant, Jenna.
Another reason.
What? Shoot what? Uncle?
Yeah, we all got it. Another reason.
I didn't get it.
That I'm sad about having a boy. Because if I was having a girl, I could buy her jewelry. We could share jewelry.
I bought my daughter jewelry.
Have nice, delicate, private parts that I don't have to worry about.
Yeah. I bought Chloe some Ana Luisa.
I can't believe how old your kids look, by the way.
Please.
Kenzie posted a photo of your son the other day. I know. And I was like, oh my gosh. He's like your height. I mean, it's crazy. He's so tall. He's probably taller than me.
So now he walks around, Jenna. He walks around and he's up to like, if he fights me, I'm like, damn, I'm going to have to try. Like that, he's getting to that stage now where
But he's only 10?
He's only 9.
9. He's going to be tall.
He is going to be tall. So we got him. Doctors kind of give you a what to look for the between. So he could be anywhere between my height, 6'1", which he's already trending to freaking blow past, to about 6'5", 6'6".
Oh, so you were taller. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But even Chloe, I know you were just talking about her.
Chloe's taller too.
Chloe's taller and such a gymnast and so cute. I've been seeing her videos and I'm like, gosh, your kids are like mini me versions of like Kaysen's you and Chloe's.
No, here's the thing. Chloe is me.
I think she looks so much like Kenzie.
Chloe is me. If you look
personality-wise, you mean?
Personality-wise, and if you look at my pictures from when I was her age,
then who's Kenzie?
Kaysen.
No, I don't agree with that.
Freaking Kenzie. It's the mannerisms, the pictures when Kenzie just, I got to tell you about this too. So Kenzie just got a box from her dad because he's cleaning out a bunch of pictures, and looking at pictures of Kenzie when she was 9 years old, it's Kaysen. Legit Kaysen, because Kenzie even had the boy haircut going on. Like, it's my son. I'm married to it's Kaysen.
You're married to your son.
Wild.
That's a weird thing to say.
And Chloe looks just like me when I was 8 and I was looking at pictures. Our smile, our cheeks, our nose, it's nuts. It's weird how it crosses. So
I hope my child comes out
your son's probably gonna
ours
be you.
with unless he's a different race and it wasn't my embryo after all.
That's not gonna happen. No way. But if it is, that's pretty cool.
If it is not mine, you mean?
It's still yours. You still carried the baby.
Yeah.
It's still your baby. Still take care of the baby.
No, but
Can that happen?
What?
So that could be, they could have put in a different.
Well, I told you what happened, how we asked for the girl embryo and they put in a boy. But so that was our bigger concern was more, okay, well, I'm still wrapping my head around it being the male, but that's the bigger concern is that
Are you really worried about that? Slight.
Sure. Yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One of my friends was like, well, you could sue for a lot of money. And I'm like, not the way I want to become rich by having a baby that then I feel like is mine, but then is genetically someone else's. They assured us that wasn't possible, that like all of ours are in the same little dish and section labeled with our name. But I'm like, well, that's reassuring.
You should take the doctor to Maury
like
Povich.
A little Post-it note on it.
Go to Maury Povich, get the DNA test, and see if you and Fran are the parents.
I've had a hard time with it. I mean, I really liked the doctor. I've recommended them to people. I liked it in general. I think it burned Fran. They refunded me.
Okay.
Not
and that's the right thing to do.
Full amount. I mean, IVF's expensive if you've gone through it, but they refunded for the transfer and the testing, so it was a good chunk of money, which was the right thing to do. I think it's just more. It's been a heavy thing to process, when you're like dead set on girl and your family had bought girl stuff. And then it makes me feel kind of ridiculous too, that I feel sad about, Fran's upset with me because I can't really talk to him about it. Cause he's like, he hears you, Jenna, he hears you complaining that it's a boy.
They feel they feel energy. So don't worry about what you're saying. It's the energy that they feel. But honestly, even you were there when Kenzie found out that Kaysen was a boy. We were in the room and they did this, the little, whatever, what's that little womp they were using? And they said, oh, you see that right there? And I said, no, because I don't recognize shit on those things, on the sonograms. And she said, you should recognize that, Dad. And I said, why? She goes, that's a penis. Mm-hmm. It's a boy. Kenzie started crying.
Yeah. Sad. It's normal. They say, gender disappointment's a very normal thing. It's usually a lot of women either want the boy first or they want a girl. It's usually women don't end up with what they wanted for whatever reason. And so they say gender disappointment can usually last about a month. But I think in this scenario, it was just a little bit different since we've struggled so much to get pregnant. Yeah. And then you go through all of that thinking, well, the silver linings, you get to choose the healthy embryo, the sex that you want. And, but what?
When you hold your baby,
he's going to come back to haunt me one day. He's going to be amazing. And then he's just going to find out how much I bitched about it.
You're going to hold that baby and you're going to freaking, people say, I don't believe in love at first sight. And I was one of those people until you see your child. That is the one time I absolutely believe in love at first sight. And they're hideous when they're born, by the way. They're not the cutest things in the world, but there is something. As soon as you see them, it's just
cuter if they don't come shoved out that birth canal.
Either way, it's just like Chloe looked like an alien. She was scary looking when she was born, but I just loved her. I just Oh, I can't even describe it
They
into
look like
words,
little-
just how much you love it. And Kaysen was
I told Fran last week there's a fantastic fungi documentary on Netflix, and they talk about how the one of the only ways to compare tripping on like psychedelic mushrooms is the birth of your first child, like the kind of euphoric feeling that you feel.
And it's the same with both, like with Kaysen and Chloe. It wasn't different. It was that when Chloe was born, it was that same feeling. It's like I got to re-experience it. It's just love.
Well, all my hand-me-downs are going to have to wait when I hopefully have a girl, even though now I feel like all this talking about it, my karma is means I'm destined to be a boy mom forever. And maybe that's the case, but we've been doing a deal with Ana Luisa Jewelry, which is so cool. And see, I have, look at my earrings. Small, dainty.
I see it. A little chain going on.
Little chain on a little hoop. Well, the reason I love this jewelry too, I actually ordered some things for my girls in the office too. And so they're all wearing stuff today. It's great because it's affordable jewelry that's, gold, silver jewelry, whatever you want. But it's very wearable, if that makes sense. And I think women know what I'm talking about when I say that, because there's some jewelry, JC, we wear that's like costume jewelry, like a giant ring you would only wear on a night out.
Here and there, yeah.
Or huge earrings, that are real costumey. But this jewelry is great because this is the kind of jewelry you could wear. Necklaces, earrings, that sort of thing that are dainty, that you can sleep in, you can wear. They go with everything. I love layering all my jewelry.
I love this because you said Ana Luisa is so affordable. My daughter is now into jewelry, but I don't want to go out there and break my bank account. So I bought her a couple necklaces. I got her a little heart necklace and a butterfly necklace. And so she felt the smile. It felt like she just went and went shopping at a humongous jewelry store in like Europe or something.
Well, you need to tell her that Ana Luisa starts with recycled materials, and they always do small batches. I think they release new stuff every Friday, which is super cool. So, it's not just some massive website you have to go through and then you're going to find a bunch of people with the same stuff. So they release new styles every Friday. It's just really great. And JC, you're so right when you talk about jewelry and your daughter. It's such a good, and I don't think my mom did this for me when I started to become, like a young teenager. She would gift me every year, like something cool, some piece of jewelry or a charm for something. And it was just so meaningful. It's just such a nice gift, So if you're looking for gifts this holiday season, this is so perfect. You're going to find jewelry that starts at just $39. How incredible is that? And, if you use our code, you're actually going to get 10% off all of the products. So like I said, new jewelry collections released every Friday. This is Ana Luisa. I'm going to spell it for you. ANALUISA. Again, you're going to go to shop.analuisa.com/Fitish. That is our custom link for you. Shop.analuisa, ANALUISA.com/Fitish. Treat yourself and your loved ones. Again, when you're using this code Fitish, you're going to get 10% off. Their jewelry, like I said, starts at $39. New collections posted every Friday. Beautiful, sustainable jewelry. I have a few things from there. The girls in my office are wearing it. You're absolutely going to love it. Shop.analuisa.com/Fitish.
Boom.
You're going to have to go load up on some of that, JC.
For sure.
Kenzie, Chloe, all
I got Kenzie a couple pieces too, but Chloe wasn't. She's been in the game for a while with jewelry, but this was Chloe's first, like, big time. I'm
at the place in my life where I'm ordering stuff for the holidays now.
For Halloween, I saw your office is already decorated in Halloween. I was like, that's my girl Jenna already before even October.
I know October hasn't quite hit yet. Well, maybe by the time you're listening to this, it has. But we, the goal with us is we're going to shoot Halloween tomorrow and Thanksgiving. And then I bet by one of the times you come in to podcast in the month of October, we are going to have a Christmas tree in here because our goal is to get our content. This is what big brands do, JC, and I want to be a big brand.
That's why I can't be a big brand.
We've learned that big brands, this might shock you, when it comes to cosmetics and consumer goods and stuff. If you're talking about like name a big brand that comes to mind when you think about makeup, a big brand.
L'Oreal.
Sure. Great example. They are...
That's the only one I could name.
No, I wanted him to do this
Fitish.
Because I wish. They are probably 2 years out on product development at least. So that means any eyeshadow palette or anything you see in 2 years, that's what they're doing right now. That's how far ahead, because you got to think how much inventory they order.
Damn.
They're budgeting and planning, and they have other brands, I'm sure.
It's so hard to live in the now when you're trying to live in the 2 years from now.
It's so people pay. What we found out is they pay and hire an employee, or they pay for these services that cost, by the way, a ton of money. We thought about getting one. We can't afford it. These trend setting applications that use data to show you based on, it's kind of like fashion, fashion's always, a year out. How people know, how the hell do you know what's going to be trendy in 2 years or 3 years when you're that far out? So it's hard because now that we're getting farther out, I mean, I have products done now through summer of next year, and I'm doing this intentionally. So when I have a baby, we have some good stuff lined up, and I have my team set up for success, but yeah, I used to like fly by night and be like, oh, I want to make a spray and like make it. And I mean, it takes 6 to 9 months if, once you decide on something to really get it done. But like, that's really quick in the world of beauty, like for something to take 6 or 9 months, because most people spend years. I mean, and so, so anyway, our goal is to shoot some holiday. I really wanted to have we do, and you don't know about this, I don't think, but we do an annual warehouse sale. So the first year in business I had when I got this office, we weren't prepared. I mean, you would have thought I was selling Yeezys. Like we had so many people here one morning, JC, and we did it on a Friday. We weren't prepared at all either, right? So we're like manually checking people out. My goal was just people were going to come by and shop because we were offering like, 40, 50% off everything. And so it was like a one-day thing. And it was so fun because we had so many customers come out. And last year we decorated for Christmas, but there was no way we could do a warehouse sale. And then this year, I don't know, we did it online and it was wildly successful. We always do it, just so you know, we do it in like the second weekend of December. So it's like that last pop for you to get a really good deal on stuff for the holidays. And I really like, it would be amazing to open this up, decorate it like a winter wonderland, have people come in, have hot chocolate. But I don't know where we're at on this. I mean, I'm going to be pregnant. I'm going to let 1,000 people in here, we can require masks. I mean, people are used to that, right? So we could do masks. We could have some.
You'll probably get that one person that's not going to be cool with it, though.
Me.
You gotta be ready for it.
Me. I don't know if I'm cool with it. Am I?
I
mean, I don't know. I'd love y'all's feedback. If you think that I should have a warehouse sale and have y'all float through. I mean, we'll do it online too when you don't live in Dallas. But it's just, I miss having
people. Interactions.
I actually don't like events and parties that much, but stuff like that I do miss because it was really nice to like meet customers and talk to them about their experience. And I haven't gotten to do that in so long. And that was, since we don't have a retail store, it's like, well, I don't know. Yeah, I want to do it, but I don't know if it's a good idea. I guess we could just play it by ear.
I mean, from what I've seen, I feel like I know there's still a lot going on when it comes to COVID, but I feel like maybe they're not talking about it as much, or more people are getting vaccinated. There's only, at least I look at my kid's school, there's only one case at our kid's school, which is low. So you might be getting into the safe ground. And I know you and Fran have been extremely safe. And
yeah, I mean, I'm vaccinated now, which is good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I made that decision. I do feel a little more protected, So if you're pregnant, it makes you feel better. Yeah, I went through with it and got the Moderna. I only felt a little bit crummy. So I just, personal decision, whatever. I know a lot of you send me stuff about don't do it or do it. But, I ultimately made the decision just to protect the baby really and myself. So yeah, if I wasn't pregnant, I'd be making different decisions, I'm sure. If I wasn't, in terms of a warehouse sale or the stuff that I do, it's just, I really don't want to, I've made it this far. I never got COVID at all.
You are so lucky.
I mean, not first round, and I've had some close calls. So I feel I was careful too, but I just feel like at this point, I'm like, God, I've made it this long. I don't want to get it,
I got COVID. I've gotten the vaccine as well. Kenzie had it the worst though, because she got COVID. And then when she got her second shot for the vaccine,
she got sick.
She was out for the count for a couple of days. And it does affect people differently. I had no symptoms. I was fine. I was good after my second shot, but she was knocked out a little bit. But now she's all good. And now she feels glad that she did it.
Yeah.
Except for the people that will judge you and they call you names and call you stupid. It's like, we don't call you dumb for not getting it. You don't call us dumb for getting it. It's like, it's a preference.
It's our choice. Yeah. I don't think, I understand. I find it fascinating that companies are like forcing people to do it. It's crazy. Fran and I were talking about that. And we think it's probably has a lot to do with just lawsuits in general.
Yeah.
That by doing that, especially if you're a massive company, you're allowed to do whatever you want. You're allowed to require that. And, and then they protect themselves that people were get sick or, you got to consider if you had an office and you had a bunch of employees go down with the flu. I mean, that can be really debilitating,
Big time.
I read so many. I read so many business stories, and it kind of brings me back to doing a warehouse sale. Like I've been so lucky to have an online business, and now we're presented with challenges. I see other brands posting stuff about, they're having supply chain issues. Our stuff is actually taking longer to come from overseas. We order a lot of, you're not going to get better pricing on stuff, than you are when you order from China. And so, a lot of our components and stuff are coming from China, or even cool boxes that we get made. I mean, I get it now, and I try to explain to people like, people are like, get stuff made in America. Okay, let me break it down for you. I get a box for a component made in America. And I do some of our promo stuff. My girlfriend's company makes the packaging, and she's honest about it as well because they outsource a lot of stuff overseas. The box would it'll cost me like $10, right, to get it made here. This like a cool box, like for an influencer set or something, right? It'll cost $10 to get made domestically, and I get it done overseas, and that $10 box costs me 30 cents. So that's the difference. So you got to think when you're ordering, tens of thousands of something, that's how businesses make money, but it's wild. It's wild. But I always encourage people. I'm like, this is such a good time when you don't know where the economy is going. A lot of people have started small businesses, and there's challenges. I mean, we're dealing with all sorts of stuff on a day-to-day basis, but whether I can have a warehouse sale in person or not, whether a retailer's open or not to sell my products, I am, for now, fingers crossed, still readily available to ship products online.
She's shipping all over the place.
No, and so I've recommended ShipStation for a long time, since before they were a sponsor of the Fitish podcast and on the radio show, because that's the company that I've used since the inception of Fitish. I mean, and this is back to the time where I was only shipping like 5 things a week. It was like a sweatshirt in a box out of my house. And, now we're to 2 fulfillment centers, and it's pretty amazing. But no, we're not big. I mean, I don't know what defines big, but the point is ShipStation grows with you. So ShipStation could handle no matter the size of your business, whether you're shipping only a couple of things or tens of thousands of things.
Remember Kenzie, she had a little clothing boutique online. She was using ShipStation to get all her stuff out to her customers. And she was a really one-woman operation. Jenna is a bigger company, and there's even bigger companies that are using ShipStation.
There are, and I think it's just great. I love to try and motivate women, especially that are, stuck in a rut. It's like there are so many business opportunities for you out there. If you want to start a small online store, maybe it's an Etsy shop, maybe it's, a lot of people have success doing like Amazon resale. They're ordering stuff from overseas and then they make these Amazon stores. Holidays are a great time to launch a store. I mean, you're never going to have better sales than you're going to have over the holiday season, but get started with ShipStation. If you have a small store you want to sell stuff with, it's amazing. It's going to integrate all that shipping, right? All the shipping for your customers. They're going to extend you better deals than you're going to get going directly to a shipper. And if you use my offer code Fitish, you're actually going to get a 60-day free trial. So this is perfect, right? Start your store before Halloween, use ShipStation for 60 days for free. See how it plays out. And I think you'll be really surprised at what you can achieve. 2 months of stress-free holiday shipping completely for free when you go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top and enter in the code Fitish. ShipStation. Make ship happen.
Make ship happen.
Still the best tagline. I love it.
Oh no.
Shit.
It's okay. It's just a little coffee.
I spilled my Mickey D's coffee.
It actually blends in quite nicely with the couch.
Do you know what this material of couch is called?
It looks poodle-ish.
Okay. You don't know the expression. There's a very specific word you call this couch. Does our producer know? Do you know?
No.
You don't know what this is called? It's very trendy, and Kenzie would be very impressed if you go home and you tell her that you'd like to get something boucle for the house.
Boucle?
Boucle.
I've never heard that.
Boucle.
Boucle. Kenzie's always throwing. Kenzie not getting
boucle is this like not sure, it's not Sherpa. It's like this kind of weird, fuzzy, almost pilling kind of material. Boucle is a very big like
that chair
interior.
Over there boucle.
Yeah, that's a boucle
and
chair.
That's a credenza. Tell me if you and Fran argue about this, Jenna, because Kenzie and I always get into arguments about. I get. There is style when it comes to clothes, right? Our styles, fashion changes. And we, buy our wardrobe based on that from year to year. But Kenzie's gotten really into telling me that certain things in our house are out of style. Like the kitchen,
Wait, you just moved houses.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
I
she
know.
thinks your new kitchen, the white one's out of style?
So white. So she's saying white is going out. Like white was really in style the last few years. Everybody was making their kitchen white. So guess what your boy did? Found a house with a white ass kitchen.
Yeah.
We moved into that bitch. And now Kenzie's saying like, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to change it because white's going a little bit out now. And then this style's coming in. I'm like, well, what the hell are we supposed to do? We got to change our kitchen every 5 years, every 2 years.
You do. No. White actually doesn't go out of style. I'm not an interior design expert. I mean, I gravitate towards a certain style myself, which a lot of people may not prefer. But if I were her, I need to take a look at it. This is a simple fix for her. You go home and recommend this.
I'm not going to buy houses every 5 years.
No. Keep it white. Recommend that she changes all the hardware. Mm-hmm. So, that would cost a little bit of money, but are they silver? I mean, what are the pulls? Make them gold. She'll love it.
Okay.
Change the hardware on the cabinets.
Oh, the handles.
Gold hardware on everything is great. Even if you have a silver fridge, it's fine. Yeah. But gold hardware is really stylish. So change the hardware, change whatever hangs over the island, paint the backsplash or change the backsplash or paint it. Yep. She's going to love it. That's a good change. Or she could even do like black pulls, so then you kind of have more black on all the white stuff or gold, have her go buy both.
Room furniture, for instance, too. Our master bedroom. I grew up in a time where my parents bought their furniture when I was born and they kept it until to this day. So that's how I feel it should be. Kenzie's now telling me our nightstands are out of style and also not big enough for the mirrors that she bought.
How frequently does she do this?
Once a month.
Oh, that often?
She'll find some in one piece of the house where she's like, this is out of style. I'm like, how's it? It's a house. Like, how are we going out of style in the damn house?
I did a redo of nightstands in our bedroom during COVID. That was a time that I think people got bored. But yeah, you just moved. How long have you had those nightstands?
Those nightstands, probably like 4 years.
Oh, well, that's time.
Because we used to have black.
Oh, what? I agree with her.
We used to have black nightstands and a black dresser. She said the black went out of style. Boom. We put it in the guest bedroom. But now these are out of style. So where am I going to put these? Now I got to sell the black ones. Mm-hmm. Or is black coming in style so I could switch it back in? That's what I told her. She said, no, you can't go back.
I think black and white stuff's always in style. There's a way. Or you should tell her to watch a video and learn how to paint it.
Right.
And change the hardware. Yeah.
She does do that from time to time. She'll paint stuff.
No, JC, I think this is with most women in general. We usually don't, most of us don't tend to wear, the same trendy stuff that we wore 2 years ago. Maybe some of the basics, but yeah, furniture's hard. I mean, I've tried to start getting to a place where certain things I invest a little more money on, but I'm still looking for a house. So when I move, I'm going to have to get a different dining table and all sorts of shit, but Fran just lets me that's kind of the beauty of us earning our own separate money. Like we still have our finances separate. So he doesn't ever I just will buy furniture. He doesn't ever complain. I'll show him stuff I like, but he's like, hey, if you're buying it with your own money, whatever, he doesn't care. So, so that's kind of how that works.
I'll give her she does but sometimes I'll find things that I like and apparently it's ugly. And I think my style's dope. I go more for comfort, but my style's looking right.
2 years. I think it's about 2 years, but not depending on the price of stuff,
better get it from Rooms to Go or some stuff. You better get some discounts at Sofia Vergara.
Yeah.
Or Cindy Crawford type furniture if you want to keep switching them out like that.
I have to tell y'all, I ordered a crib from somewhere. Don't judge.
Oh, can I come put it together with Fran? I fucking love doing that. Yes,
I love. Can I show you?
Can I come show him how to do the stroller? Because I didn't have you need Jenna.
What? Oh, you just whacked me. What?
Fran's gonna need a dad coach. Can I be his dad coach?
I don't know. We might have to audition dad coaches.
But I'm your boy.
Fran's gonna think. Well, I'll let you and Fran do a podcast together. Fran
Can I tell you?
Fran feels ready to be a dad.
You know what I needed? What? I needed my dad coach to come in and show me how to put in the car seat into the car because I spent about an hour trying to figure out that shit. You're a certified
person to do that.
No, you can go to the fire station and then they'll make sure that it's put in right, or they'll put it in for you. But I was trying to be a dad. I put it in. Took me about an hour. Also the strollers.
we went this weekend, by the way. We went to Bye Bye Baby because we're doing our registry online, but we wanted to see, there's so many strollers out there and car seats, and we need to get like him one, me one, my mom one. So we wanted to like look at the different systems and the nice ones and try them out. We couldn't even figure out how to like get the car seat out of the stand. It's crazy.
So you're going to have to do run throughs before you ever even go out with the child. You're going to have to do a run through because you're going to get stuck in that parking lot and not know how to open up that damn stroller. I can show my mans how to do it. I'm a genius.
Well, you know, they have that Colduno one now that's good for travel. That's the one that is the car seat that also has the wheels that pop out. And I've been seeing a lot of people with that. That's only good till they're 12 months old. So then you have to graduate to another one. But that one's pretty cool.
Actually, you can get the little cheapo plastic ones once they get older that just fold. Because the kids are going to be walking around once they get walking.
That's true. But when they're little, you want one that can come out of the car when they're sleeping.
You want a tank when they're little. You want to make sure that child is safe.
Well, anyway, I need to tell you, I'm not going to order anything that requires this sort of certification, like a stroller from where I ordered this from. But there is a crib that I've wanted. And, you know, I love buying things overseas. Let me just put it that way. I take the risk for you. I've ordered some knockoff stuff, whatever. It turns out amazing. Like it's very legit. But I
also have done that, and it has not turned out okay. So there's two sides to each story.
Well, I'm just letting you know. Well, we were talking about furniture, and you need to show this to Kenzie. So there is a website. DHgate's the one you see that has like no limitations on designer knockoff goods. Okay, DHgate does not sell furniture. DHgate's different kind of site. Alibaba is a website that has a lot of promo items. Like if you wanted to start a small boutique, I've told you about this. Like you could order beauty blenders, you could order them and get them, you know, monogrammed or, you know, labeled, customized. They usually have minimums on things like that. And it'll take you like a month to get it, but it's great. So we've used Alibaba before when we're looking for promo items and stuff to source. So I got on Alibaba. Now Alibaba, y'all, I mean, this is the scoop right here that I'm going to tell you.
Official Alibaba.
Well, Alibaba is like the Chinese Amazon on absolute steroids. Like it'll blow your mind. It can be very overwhelming when you get on there. And even weirder, like I WhatsApp these days with so many Asian men that Fran has to be like, I mean, I have photos of Asian men's children they send me right now because of the baby stuff I'm ordering. They're like, look at my kid. No, it's really sweet, but they WhatsApp you.
Like, you want to buy a baby?
I'm just warning you, after you place an order on Alibaba, they have your WhatsApp information and then they'll start messaging you in the middle of the night because they're like, 16 hours ahead. And then they're just like, hey, here's what you ordered. It's on the way. I'm packing it. And they give you this play-by-play. It's really cool. Anyway, look at what I ordered. And y'all are going to think I'm crazy.
It's a crib?
I've wanted a Lucite crib, but the only Lucite crib they sell in the States is like $5,000. It's like super designer. It's clear. You see how cool it is?
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like a little.
But on Alibaba,
it's like an aquarium.
It's the legit. It's not an aquarium. It looks like every other crib, but it's clear.
It's got aquarium vibes. Like this is like you got.
This is the soup. I'm not showing anyone what I'm buying. Yeah,
I dig this though.
It's cool, right? We'll have to like pop a photo up on the because you're not going to be able to.
That
see
is
it on
dope.
The camera, right? If I show it, yeah, I'll send it to you. We'll pop it up so you can see it. Anyway. So this is legit, and the guy's amazing. And so he only does acrylic furniture, right? So he does, I mean, they make acrylic. I mean, you know, it's like this. It's like this coffee table sitting here, clear. It's clear furniture. You get where I'm going with that. So this one wasn't super cheap because of shipping. Like it has to come in a huge pallet. And anyway, yeah, Fran's a little apprehensive about it. I feel great about it.
I feel great too.
I'm not ordering like blankets and stuff like that. You know, I'm not going to order other things, you know, for the baby there. But I'm just letting you know. And the reason I'm telling you all this is because there is a vendor on there, and I don't know which one specifically, but if you poke around and you're into furniture, you are going to be able to find super designer furniture replicated on this website. And I mean, I would say names that you wouldn't know, but like just super stylish, not just the stuff you'd get at like Pottery Barn, but they do have that, but you know, super high-end designer knockoffs, like chairs that are artsy that are $6,000 from the real designer will be like $400 on Alibaba, and then you pay for the shipping. So, and then the greater hack is someone that I saw on TikTok has ordered, I want to say like $20,000 worth of furniture, outdoor furniture they found the restoration hardware vendor. So they compared pricing. If they had ordered everything they ordered from, you know, restoration hardware's a fortune, right? If it would have been like $80,000 and they they got it for like $10,000 or $15,000, something like that, plus shipping on Alibaba, because I think a lot of these furniture stores are getting stuff made overseas. you're just paying again for the name, for the brand, whatever. But I have had really great success, and you can ask for photos before they ship it. But I'm just letting y'all know, if you need to show Kenzie Alibaba,
PSA.
she can look for furniture.
I'm gonna tell her to look for furniture, but measure, because Kenzie bought furniture for our patio outside,
Yeah, you
and
have
it
to
showed up
measure.
and it was too low for her, and she didn't like it.
Oh, you always
So
have to measure.
We've had this couch, this outdoor couch, for about 6 months now that they haven't picked up, and we're trying to get our refund. So make sure you measure,
Well,
because our other one had gone out of style.
I'll let you know how my crib comes. It's on its way.
I'm excited about that one.
I mean, I know this man well now. I know his child. Like
Fran and I should start the Mexican Alibaba, call it Alibaboso.
Alibaboso.
Call
That's a great idea.
You know what baboso means?
Mm-mm.
So if Fran ever makes you mad, just go baboso.
What does it mean?
Dummy, dumbass.
Dummy. Baboso.
Baboso.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I've really fallen off with my Spanish, and it makes me upset. I think it's going to be time here. I've been really busy, and been an employee down and doing a lot more work and going into holidays. So I know I'm just making excuses, but it's been really hard for me. Now I'm feeling better now, so maybe I could get back to like focusing on Spanish.
Well, I'll touch you one.
every week.
Baboso is one that you could, now when he makes you mad, so baboso.
One word a week. Yeah.
one word. I'll try
Okay.
to come up with nice ones too.
All right. Well, we'll post the photo so you can see it during the podcast. Remember, we're on YouTube, so you can watch these episodes. That's the only way. I'm not posting this on social media. That's the only way you're going to be able to see the photo of my crib.
Kicks of the day.
If you care, you're going to hate it. Look at you, kicks and socks.
I bought new ones. I'm on the sneaker app. I bought another pair. Got them.
Addicted.
Yep. I got 3 pairs now.
As always, good for you, a small child. Shoot us questions, comments, complaints to info@fitish.com. I actually read all of them for the most part. No, I read all of them. So
I read the nice ones.
I don't
only.
share them with JC. Yeah,
They're all nice.
I control the email mailbox.
Y'all
Yeah.
are nice anyway. You're always nice.
For the most part. Yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
Bye.